really fun sort of zero-G puzzler with post-apocalyptic kind of, no, what is it? Capitalist dystopia, yeah, there you go. Capitalist dystopia vibe as you are working to reduce this huge debt and these are upgrade points. We've got a few different objectives to get to the next certification class here. You can see I'm at class number 8 and I need to do these things to unlock the next thing. I've got some equipment, grapple, some thrusters. This is all in pretty good repair. I only have one repair kit, so I'm just going to roll with that. Now, I am most familiar with the transport. That's the one I've played the most times. So we are going to salvage a Gecko class transport. So here we are, here's our berth, and we need to take this ship apart as much as possible. And to do that, we have an electromagnetic tether that can pull heavy things around. I want to be real careful not to bump this against the sides of the ship, otherwise it will be worth so much money. And then shove it down into that barge.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Alright, great. So, now that we've taken care of that, we're going to actually go inside the ship.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Oh, looks like the ship is depressurized already. Alright, well, that'll make some things easier. So the first thing we want to do now that we're in the cabin is open all of the doors and putting our hands on the wall because they're magnetic, the gloves. I'm going to pick up some data drives that just like flavor text and emails and stuff. Yep, see, that was pressurized.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Alright, don't want to get flung around. Oh,
Air pressure level decreasing.
What are those things? Hit the computer consoles and now they're damaged. I do not want them to shock me. Alright, let's see. Any other items floating around here? I don't see anything. Hopefully that'll die down eventually. I don't have to worry about it. Let's see what's in here. Oxygen, that's good. We need the oxygen later. Lots of seats and mechanical switches and fun stuff for me to salvage. I'll get to all of that. First, we have to start doing some other things like cutting apart the hull and things like that before we start clearing out the cabin.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Now there is the console that turns off, that vents all the thruster fuel. You need a utility key to use it, and I don't see one floating around, so that will probably have to wait. More oxygen. Oh, wait, no, it's a repair pack. Repair packs. Alright, so, anyway, lots of good stuff in the cabin. We'll come back for it, but first we have to access the inside of the hull. It shouldn't be pressurized, but you never know. Alright, so my approach to this is I want to start by cutting all of these yellow hard points up until where the reactor is. I do not want to mess with the reactor. So everything forward of the reactor is going to get separated. The aft part of the ship that has the reactors and the thrusters and stuff, I'm going to keep that intact. So I actually, I'm in the aft part of the ship, and I just took apart some hard points that we just got done, so I wasn't going to. That's okay, as long as I don't do all of it, it'll stay pretty steady. Now, I'm also disconnecting these fuel tanks from their moorings, and the reason for that is later on, if you try to tether them off of their moorings while the ship is in motion, because you're disassembling it, you can kind of jerk around and do some bad things. Okay. Alright, I'm slacking way too slow. counts as salvage, so actually while I'm here I might as well. Get these thruster nacelles out. Let's see. There is like a faster laser cutting saw, but I just try not to use it in this part of the ship because there are some like other things you can nick and damage if you're not just doing one. That panel kind of flew off more forcefully than I expected it to. That was kind of weird. We'll come back for this stuff later. Power's generator. I need to get the other two fuses before I. Okay. Now, this part of the ship. Now I'm moving kind of slowly. This is not really speedrun play, but timing of oxygen is limited. You can see the center bottom part of the screen. There's an oxygen gauge, and there's a shift timer in the upper right of the screen. That's how much time I have until I get billed on my loan interest again and have to play another 15-minute interval. Now, from this angle, I can use the faster saw. Seeing those blue and purple dots in the background, those are fuel conduits. I really want to make sure that my cutting laser isn't like pointed at one of those conduits behind something else that I'm trying to cut. Like that. My saw is really worn out now. It needs to be repaired. But I won't be able to do that till the end of the shift. Okay. There we can see the coolant conduit.
Oxygen reserves are low.
Really
Reminder, asphyxiation can lead to missed salvage quotas.
Okay. So my oxygen is running low, and that can lead to missed salvage quotas, as my pseudo hopefully reminded me. So I'm going to go back and get some oxygen. There's some oxygen.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Alright, now the ship is starting to come apart. So the part that I want to disassemble first is actually the underside of the ship, because that's where the cargo, where the cabin is with all the sweet chairs and stuff and computer consoles. And that was the nacelle I had melted the points for earlier. So now, fortunately, they're oriented so that the ship, the seats and stuff, that this is the underside. So we're gonna find the panels
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
under the seats, and then yep, there we go. And then just get rid of those panels now that I've detached them. I have to say, this is one of the more satisfying gameplay elements of the tethering, like big, massive things, and making them go places. It is very fun and relaxing. Okay, so here we've revealed, this looks like a coolant bottle. Oh yeah, those are more bottles from before. Always good to check the undersides of these to make sure there's no coolant bottles stuck to them. This one.
Cutter, you got 5 minutes left in this shift. Knock out that work order before they turn the lights out on you. We wrap.
So yeah, 5 minutes in, and I haven't really salvaged any of the stuff in my work orders yet. I'm just getting rid of, at this point, you know, I've kind of explored the inside of the ship, and now I'm getting rid of these exterior hull panels. The good news is those hull panels cost, you get a lot of money for them in salvage credit or whatever. The bad thing is they're not really related to that many of the work orders. I think there's, yeah, salvaging nanocarbon. I am working my way towards that goal with these panels, but
object process.
I haven't really got a whole lot of stuff, and that's okay. Because these panels are worth a ton of money, but money isn't really that important. So I'm not really worried about like racking up on the debt, and the debt doesn't really have any gameplay purpose either. It's like, you know, just money that you owe, but you can still buy more stuff. It just adds to your debt. The unfortunate thing is at this point in the game, so far in its early access state, money is not that important to me. Certification work orders are, and certification goals mainly comes down to work orders.
Object processed. Credits awarded.
So I have to fulfill as many of these objectives as possible. The raw dollar amount of salvage isn't that important. This always says furnace, but I can never cut this panel off right, so I'm just gonna waste it and just send it all in there. Alright, now we've exposed part of the reactor, but this part is still not attached. This is the cabin that has the chairs and computer consoles and stuff. And that's where we're going to start. Because that has, the interior cabin stuff is a pretty efficient way to knock out some of these work orders.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded. Alright, now I have to decide where to cut. I don't want to cut the actual chairs or the computer consoles, so I have to be careful where I make my cuts. I think this... yeah, I kind of like this. This will probably work. About here. It's important to kind of be like level with where you're cutting, because if you cut at an angle, you know, these panels do have width, so it's possible to cut at an angle and not cut all the way through the thing that you were trying to cut. Now here, I want to make sure not to cut those computer consoles. So alright, now the top, and we should be good to go. Cabin plating is aluminum as opposed to the nanocarbon stuff. And this all goes into the furnace. There we go. Material deposited.
Alright. Now we're back in the cabin where we were before. And the barge is right beneath us. So that makes it pretty easy to clear some space here.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Something I've noticed since the last update is if you fire things down to the barge and it collides with another thing down to the barge.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
I think that used to not be the case. But I'm having to sort of adjust and think more about where I'm shooting stuff.
Warning. Oxygen reserves are low.
So in this case, I don't really care about that oxygen alert because there's only
1 minute
60
left,
seconds
Cutter.
left.
Time to start wrapping things up.
The fact that I have,
We wrap.
you know, 104 seconds of oxygen left is no big deal because the ship's automatically empty this time of that. So I'm not going to go running around with
Salvage secured.
Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Some more stuff.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Let's make this hole a little bigger.
Oxygen reserves are critical. Please contact your plan administrator to add asphyxiation coverage.
Okay, so that was one shift. So you can see I did destroy that aluminum panel that was embedded in the hull plating because I can never figure out how to disassemble it. But I got a good amount of nanocarbon panels, which is a big chunk of the money that I made that round. Which again, the money doesn't really help me that much. And as you can see, I get billed every month for certain parts of my equipment that I haven't yet purchased, and interest on my existing debt, and into my suit, my living space and stuff. That's where the corporate dystopia stuff comes in. So, laser cutter needs to be repaired. Let's take care of that. Oop. No upgrades or anything. And everything else is good. Alright, next shift. So you can see most of the stuff is more or less where I left it. There is a little bit of a weird calculation where if like something is in motion at the end of your shift, the game will try to like calculate how far it should have moved. And since this game is set in low Earth orbit and not really in like outer space, the big things drift until they stop. Instead of like drifting on forever. I didn't realize this was still attached.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Sometimes I just want to put a second one on there to make sure it doesn't get sucked into the
Salvage
furnace.
secured.
Yeah, I know it's big and it's fast. It's moving right for me. Okay, there we go. Sometimes things will get caught and they'll like get sucked into the wrong receptacle because the furnace has much more pull. I guess I'll do this now. Than the matter process.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Heatsink, as you might expect, is extremely heavy. Let's take care of those panels.
Salvage secured. Account credit
Yeah,
applied.
see, that's how far that thing moved. Not very far. Oop. Remember not to let go of the mouse button before I hit F. Alright, so now this hole is a little bit bigger, and now pulling stuff out is a little bit easier to manage. A really important one are these computer terminals, because you can't break very many of them without failing the work order. And,
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Sometimes you bang one of them by mistake or throw it off in the wrong direction and it just like tumbles out into orbit. Oh, okay.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured.
Oops.
Credits deposited.
Nicked the edge of that one. Looks like it still took it though.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Yeah, I really can't recommend this enough as an early access title.
Salvage deposit
it's
accepted.
less than 30
Credits
bucks.
transferred.
The developers said it only had 14 hours of content in it, but like I'm pushing 40 hours now because it's been a really fun experience. The
Salvage secured.
sound and music
Credits
design is
deposited.
great. Really great on headphones. You can kind of hear like you're breathing in your own helmet and stuff like that. And they do have a funny like in-game explanation
Salvage deposit
for
accepted.
why you're able to hear
Credits
sounds
transferred.
in space. You can upgrade your suit to have this audio synthesizer that scans what's going on and renders sounds to like artificial sounds for you to hear what's going on. You can hope that thumbs up
Salvage
means
secured.
I just
Account
failed
credit
the salvage
applied.
objective. That's nice.
Salvage secured. Credits
Forgot to open
deposited.
this one. Nope. Too late now. I'm gonna have to cut through it. How is this one? I thought it was just a little piece of it. Okay, well, let's do it this way. That was this. What just happened? I just blew something up. Okay, well, that wasn't quite what I was going for. Well, shoot. Well, I must have blown something up, but the only thing that I thought was explosive back there was the, I'm throwing stuff in the wrong bin, that's how rattled I am. I thought, that if the coolant exploded,
Deposit accepted.
that the reactor would go into meltdown, but that hasn't happened yet. It's kind of mysterious.
Your oxygen reserves are low.
Oh boy. I wonder
Note
is there
that
oxygen
excess
that's
carbon
not-
dioxide can cause
that's not
damage to
exploded
Link's
in there?
equipment.
Let's see. Oxygen? Anywhere? Is there oxygen anywhere?
Oxygen level stabilizing.
Okay.
deposited.
This is gonna set my plans behind a little bit.
Deposit not accepted.
Oh, whoops! I'm throwing stuff in the wrong bin again.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Okay. Well, let's see if I can even find my way back into where I'm going. I guess now's a good time to take these top panels off. Yeah, what did I blow up? Is that the cockpit? No, the cockpit's on the other side. Yeah, here's the cockpit. It really looks like I blew up the reactor cooling thing where all the cryogenic freezing stuff is kept. But that really doesn't make any sense because...
Deposit accepted.
the reactor should be going critical if there's no...
All right, Cutter, you got 5 minutes left of this shift before they turn the lights out on you. Either that or we're out.
Deposit not accepted. Material deposited.
Alright, let's see what's going on here structurally. Okay, this one should be ready. Yeah, there it goes. Let's make sure I'm not missing any coolant, because that stuff is important. Here's the coolant.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
This one can go. Let's go take a look.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Okay, that stuff will all get in there eventually. The cockpit is a little bit more difficult because the cockpit's like directly mounted to both the cabin and the hull, so I'll have to cut that apart later more carefully. But an important thing about the location of the cockpit is that there are two more... ooh, there's more of those. There are two more of these fuses I have.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, that's all 3 fuses. Now I can safely unmount the power generator. Let's see, this thing goes to the processor. One more to make sure it doesn't fall into this.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
There's a little under 2 minutes left. Obviously, it didn't make as much progress in the shift as I thought I would because I moved stuff up. I'll be interested to take a look at the state of the reactor because by all rights it should be exploding right about now. But that didn't happen for some reason.
Processing
So
valuable objects.
checking it out in person.
Credits awarded.
Interesting to see if there's anything worth salvaging in the cabin. There should be because I haven't failed objectives yet. But I didn't get everything out of here yet, so some stuff must have gotten destroyed. But that just means my margin for more stuff getting destroyed is even smaller than it was before. Let's see what's going on.
Warning, oxygen reserves are low.
Again. Oh!
Helmet
All right, Cutter. Wrap it up. You got about a minute left.
Invalidating your warranty.
So
Raw
I
material
pushed off on a
Credits
solid
deposited.
object instead of pushing off on the metal plate I was trying to move. So inertia got Yep, there's a computer terminal, and I can only go in the furnace because it's wrecked. It's not good.
Material deposited.
Yep, that was something valuable. Yep, the crate's still good. That's good.
Oxygen reserves are critical. Affordable oxygen supplies are available for purchase at the Master Jack.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Okay. More money, more monarch panels, more computer terminals. Those are worth a lot. And I destroyed... Okay, let's see what's in the destroyed list. What did I destroy? Fuel tank. That must be what it was. I cut through a fuel tank. I'm lucky it didn't destroy the reactor coolant, I guess. Alright.
Salvage
See
deposit
what's
accepted.
next.
Credits transferred.
Maybe I should leave the inside of the cabin alone for a little bit and get some of this other stuff here, like the power generator. Yeah, which was not destroyed. That's good.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Oh, it was these fuel tanks, maybe?
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
No, the explosion was centered in here. There goes some electronics. Alright. What should I do next? Let's cut apart this airlock. But first I need to get the mechanical switches and stuff. Because that's another quick order objective, is getting these switches.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Okay, now that all that stuff is out, we can cut the airlock free from the... Okay, I don't think that's totally done, because there's this part. Should be totally floating free. Yep, there it goes. I was going to cut out the airlock door too, but the airlock door goes in the processor, so it just all needs to go in here anyway. It doesn't really matter. There's what's left of the airlock. Alright.
Deposit accepted.
I really want to get these.
Object not accepted. Please revisit your training.
Not very massive and I can't go very fast, but I can nudge things. What goes that way?
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Should be another one somewhere. Oh, no, because I got that other one, that's right. Which way is it? There we go. Get out of the way. There goes that one. Next, we're going to get these thruster caps.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Oh, nope. That's the wrong way entirely. It's too dark, can't see it. Is that down there? Yes, it is. This is like way too long to be chasing after one stupid thruster cap. Forget that. In fact, forget the thruster caps entirely. They're not really doing work order. Next, let's get the thrusters ready. And because I did not have a purchase an utility key, I have to disconnect them from their fuel source the hard way, which is by shooting those and then pulling these lines. Right, that's all the thrusters. Now, I find like the safest way to take them out are usually to grab here and haul like that. And it'll slide right out.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Do the same for these two.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Alright, great.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Now I'm ready
Credits
to
transferred.
take out these hard
Your oxygen reserves are low. Note that excess carbon dioxide can cause damage to Link's equipment.
Okay, that's good. There should be some oxygen right here somewhere. Unless I blew it all up. No, I think there's one right there.
Oxygen level stabilizing.
Still door consoles that are busted. Yep, there's still this computer terminal. That's good. I'll take that. Where is...
Salvage
Yeah,
secured.
here it
Account
is.
credit applied.
This is the reactor coolant. Not quite ready to unplug that yet. But I should get relief. And I think that means these are ready to go now.
Cutter, there's 5 minutes remaining in this shift. Get in while the getting's good.
That
We wrap.
might not be enough time to get the reactor out. I might have to come back for that next shift.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage
Okay,
secured. Account credit
Good.
applied.
This is one that I always get sucked into the furnace by mistake, but I think it's going to make it this time. Great. Alright, next one.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage
Looking good too.
secured.
I think I
Credits
finally figured out how to
deposited.
do that. That's good. The trick was attaching one tether to that upper pylon thing. Because if I only attach it to the matter processor itself, it will never actually get there. It'll get sucked into the furnace by mistake. Yeah, great.
Salvage
fuel
deposit
required, that's
accepted.
good.
Credits
I
transferred.
didn't blow up all the fuel. Clear the way for the reactor so we don't bump into stuff on the way down. Okay, get this stuff out of the way.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
There's that. Okay. So, I have to get the reactor out, and I have to not cut any of these blue lines. So I think good good way to go would be pulling it out here. Actually, let me just don't want to cut that reactor cap because that's worth money.
Oxygen reserves are low.
Usually never bother with
Reminder, asphyxiation can lead to missed salvage.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Dakota, we're getting down to the wire. Let's put a bow on this shift.
Got it? Nope, I don't have it yet. Probably have to come back for it. Yes, these are the squares. Yeah, there we go. That guy.
Warning, oxygen reserves are critical.
Alright, lots and lots of money. Panels, the thrusters are worth a ton of money. Again, not really that worried about money. I don't really repair kits anyway, so it doesn't matter. Better bring to buy a couple.
Welcome to Vintatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
I'm not sure what the right way to get out of that shop interface is, so I just hit escape a bunch of times until it lets me out. Okay.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Yep, there it comes. Great.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Alright, there's the naked reactor. Now the graceful way to disconnect it is to disconnect the cryogenic coolant by hand before removing the reactor. And if you do that, you'll have the most time as you can have to actually get it out without it blowing up on you. Oh, oh yeah. That counts as coolant, which I need. Last one. Now the reactor's melted down.
Reactor meltdown sequence triggered. Urgent action required.
Plenty of time. There we go.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Oops. some reactor caps don't matter a ton, but I always like to salvage them anyway. No, this one's still attached to something.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Must be this. Oh, no, it's attached to something else. Okay. None of this stuff has anything in it now, so it doesn't matter. There we go. Oh, it's still attached to all this stuff. Oops.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Well, whatever. Not important. So now I also want to get the cooling unit itself. That's another thing we gotta get in there. So let's start by getting rid of its pipe connection. And then we'll carefully cut underneath it.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Still attached here. Alright, that's another work order objective. I need mechanical and electrical. I don't even know if electrical is still possible. ECU is about to get there. And need more storage.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I failed the objective. I wonder what it was. Storage. Must have destroyed some storage. That's it.
Salvage secured.
I hope
Account
that
credit
doesn't
applied.
matter or anything. Jeez. All right. Cargo cabin. Yeah, getting stuff out of the cabin is going to be tricky. There's all these electronics in here.
Deposit accepted.
I'll try to clear some of this stuff out. Oh, there's actually still working electronics in there? Wild. That's lucky. So we'll see if we can get it out this way.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Oxygen critical, huh?
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
For some reason I don't remember hearing that alarm. Man, where is it? There it is.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you for your...
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
All right, Cutter, you got 5 minutes left of this shift before they turn the lights out on you. Pitter patter. We wrap.
Pitter patter. What does that
Salvage
even mean?
secured. Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Okay, now here's the cockpit. And I want to cut another panel out. There, now we can start emptying out the cockpit.
Material deposited.
I failed the
Salvage
storage objective
secured.
because I must
Credits
have
deposited.
destroyed a crate. But I'm still gonna collect them anyway.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
if my tether is getting harder to control because its durability is low,
Salvage secured.
or if it's like a
Credits
problem with my mouse or
deposited.
something. I don't know. Either one is possible. That's one of the funny things about this game. Even when like there are things going on that might be like quote unquote performance problems with the game, they actually make a lot of sense for like somebody in a big bulky spacesuit in microgravity.
Salvage
building
deposit accepted.
unreliable
Credits
tools.
transferred.
It like doesn't break the immersion at all. Oh, there it goes. Now it's scrap. Shoot. And yet I still haven't failed the electronics task, so there must still be enough electronics left to complete the objective.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Time is winding down, Cutter. Dig deep and let's finish strong.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured.
Okay, maybe like one more shift and then I'll call it quits on this one. Reactor, of course, being the big dollar item. And I've still got mechanical. It looks like I only need 2 more mechanical and 5 more electrical. So those are worth getting. And then coolant and metal. Okay, we'll try to do that. Actually, now I should be able to stuff. I believe, yep, purchase my suit. Awesome. Why was I pointed that way? That's weird. Okay, I believe everything... Oh, no, there's still some stuff left in the cockpit, so we'll get that stuff first before we do anything else.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Well, my durability is back to full. On my
Salvage
tools,
deposit
so
accepted. Credits
it
transferred.
must be the input device, not the... Yeah, see, I didn't let go of the mouse there. I don't know why the beam got out.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
More junk. Is that everything? Yeah. Get rid of these two. I only just recently learned these were salvageable. Alright, now it is time to separate the cockpit from the main cabin. Let's see. Time to separate the cockpit from the hull, I mean. Just go all the way through. I'm seeing light. We'll have to go to the other side then to get the rest. Right. So we'll need this side. Oh, did that do it? Is it moving? Still got cool objectives, so we still want to do that.
Salvage
God.
secured. Credits deposited.
Yeah, no, I think I did cut all the way through. Well, one way to find out, let's try attaching this sucker or something. Still got to be attached somewhere. Yeah, this looks pretty freaking detached. Is there something I missed? Let's see. Okay, there's that diagonal margin on the other side. Let's check that. Yeah, that is what I forgot. Yeah, it looks cut. Alright, let's cut some more. Oh. I tagged the coolant. No mistake. Okay, about now. Now it's moving. Yeah, I really should have gone back for the rest of those coolant tanks before I did that. That was careless of me. See the, what do you call it? Patterns where the metal's frozen. Okay, that should leave us with just the bare cockpit. And I still need electrical and mechanical. Looks like we still got some stuff in here.
Processing valuable objects.
Oh, there's
Credits
electrical.
awarded.
Did it hit something? I bet it hit something. Oh, there we go.
Salvage secured. Account
I
credit
need this
applied.
mechanical stuff now. Pretty sure I got all of the airlock stuff already. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go check the inside of every door. I don't see any fuel. Oh, yes, okay. I don't see anything that's blue for coolant. Yeah, see, I wonder what happened to that door switch, because I'm pretty sure I just fired one off. Very weird. I guess what I need to get now is the metal, since... what's that? Scrap. So as soon as I re-up on my oxygen, I guess I'm gonna just start just cutting apart as much of the ship as I can in my last 5 minutes or so, and then call it there on this Gecko. And see the whole ship's listing to the side now. Alright, it's time to start slicing this baby up.
Got about 5 minutes left in this shift, Cutter. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Weaver out.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited. Material deposited.
Another interesting fact about the saw is that the saw isn't really affected by your own momentum. So whenever you cut, even though it looks like the cut takes time, the effects of the cut are actually instantaneous. So you can move and cut at the same time pretty easily.
Deposit accepted.
Weird, it doesn't say where it goes. counted as something.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
There's that thruster cap again that I lost. That's funny. Alright, metal. Is this thing light enough that I can just tether the whole thing into the furnace now? Probably haven't taken out enough panels for that.
Coder, we're getting down to the wire. Let's put a bow on this shift.
Material
Not
deposited.
succeeded at getting enough metal or enough mechanical or enough electrical. And it's hard to believe that there's anything left that would qualify for the mechanical or electrical. More time. Well, that is it. Because there doesn't seem to be a way to fulfill the last mechanical and electrical objectives, and because there was a ton of metal that I needed, I'm just going to quit there. I'm still ahead in cash. My debt is a little bit lower. I did get some of this stuff done. It's just the work orders is really the grind, and I have to keep doing the high value ships because the credits matters too. But then maybe I'll switch to a smaller class of ship and bang out objectives faster. That's a possibility. But that was Hardspace Shipbreaker. I hope you check it out. It's a lot of fun.